today's video, my very first makeup tutorial. And as you can probably tell by the title, it didn't go very well. But that's okay, it was my first one. I'm not trying to beat myself up. I thought I'd show it to you guys anyway. What happened was the lighting wasn't the greatest, and then I started to panic a bit, and I started to fuss. So it ended up that I'm gonna have to break this up into 2 parts. So bear with me. And yeah, so without any further ado, here's my makeup tutorial with Avon products. Okay, so we're gonna get started. I hope the lighting is okay. This is my first makeup first impressions video type thing. So bear with me, it's new to me. If the lighting's okay, let me know down below. If you were struggling to see some things, still let me know. I'm still trying to figure this whole thing out. I'm gonna start off by saying, you guys probably noticed I have eyebrows already, and the reason why I did that is because I thought I still had an Avon eyebrow pencil. I don't, because I used it all, because I remember it was an awesome pencil. Avon did kindly, they gave me all this makeup, and I do want to focus as much as I can on just the Avon makeup they gave me, plus the things I have. And they did give me this fiberful eyebrow gel, and if you guys follow me on Snapchat and Instagram, you know I tried to use it, and a few of you did ask me what I thought. So they gave it to me in the shade light brown. It is, I'm going to show you guys. I don't know if you can see it, but it comes out like this gel, and there is these hair fibers, and which is totally awesome. I think if I had more eyebrows and actual hair for it to adhere onto, it would be awesome. I have used this week. I mixed it with some products, worked it out that way, but what I had to do a lot of times when I did go to use it, I had to draw my eyebrows on, so I did use one of my eyebrow pencils. And yeah, I'll just tell you that it was the It Cosmetics one. So I already did that. Besides, I struggle doing my eyebrows. One day I will show you guys the drama it is to do my eyebrows. But we're gonna start off, and I'm gonna pull my hair back, and I'm using one of the elastic things, hair pullback, hair ties, or whatever you want, that Avon kindly gave me. And I'm gonna, as you can see, I use this quite a bit to make sure I can avoid getting my makeup. So now sometimes, I'm just gonna comment on eyebrows again. Sometimes I use a stencil, and I did notice Avon, I have never bought their stencils, but I did notice that Avon does have stencils, and I think they're $4.99. You get 4 or 5, and I know someone who bought them, and she said they were fine. So if you I can't always freehand, or I'm not in the mood for it, you can get stencils to help you with that process. And sometimes when you're starting out with eyebrows, that's the best way. So I did prime prior to this. I used Avon's Magic X, and it's a face protector. I use it as a primer, and the awesome thing with this, it's got an SPF of 20 sunscreen. So just to start, some of the stuff they gave me this Flawless Liquid Foundation, which is awesome. The only problem is this would probably be my shade in the summertime. It is wintertime, so I sort of was watching things on Instagram last night, and I thought, what the heck? I seen something, and I'm like, that's a good way I could do it. So they also gave me this concealer, which I'm big on the concealer. I love it. So I'm going to do things a little bit different than I normally would. So this is probably going to be a very long video. It might end up in 2 parts. I don't know. So we'll just see. And then they gave me these samples of Ideal Flawless Invisible Coverage, and this is in light ivory. And I am gonna just use that. I do have a full tube of this, and I think I have it, I forget what color I have it in. This wasn't my favorite because it is lightweight and it's invisible coverage, and I found it didn't give me the type of coverage I really like. So I'm just using this as a base, and I'm using the sponges they gave me. I did notice they have blenders, which is awesome. I'm using this more as a base. It won't give me a lot of coverage, but that's okay because I'm going to go in with the foundation that they gave me and the concealer, and I'm gonna like do like a contour type thing with it, just because I also don't have a tanning, like a bronzer from them. I'm just gonna move this lighting. I'm combating with the lighting here, guys. I gotta get curtains on my window, I think, because the daytime lighting's killing me. So I'm just gonna blend this all out. And I more or less just want a base. Go around my eyebrows. And if you get it a bit on your eyebrows, don't panic. You can fix them up. Eyebrows are the easiest to fix up. I just go around the eyebrows as best I can. I don't worry about it too much because a lot of times I'll take my concealer and I'll cut in with a brush. Or am I just gonna blend? And if I'm gonna have my ears showing, sometimes I'll bring my like foundation up just to blend it all in. Sorry if you hear my dog there. Obviously something's upsetting him. And there we go. Just to let you know, my mirror is like over there, so if you see me staring over there, it's because I'm trying to make sure I get it all blended. I got this new light thing that has a ring light on top of it, and I think what's messing me up today is my window's over there, so the light's coming in there, and yeah. So I got a good base here. I'm not too worried if it's too smooth because I'll be blending so much other stuff in that it will all, but yeah. So gave me a nice base. So now what I'm gonna actually do, I'm gonna go in with their cream concealer. This is really nice, and this is in medium. And I'm gonna go underneath my eye. Do your triangles, guys. And then if you want, so I'll be doing that. I always put some up here just because to highlight the top of your lip. I crease a lot in there, so then the top bridge of your nose. Then we're gonna, I make it up every day because like you see people do crazy things with their their contouring. If you hear beeping, my dryer's going right now, so. And this is a video I can't really stop because once I get going. So I'm just sort of gonna do a contour and I'm gonna blend it all in. Now if you have a foundation brush, you can just grab that. So this is the foundation I'm using, and I actually really love their formula for their foundation. Sides of the nose. Gives great coverage. Just gonna move that up here. See if you guys can see it. There we go. Once again, I hope you guys can. So this isn't how I normally do my makeup, but I seen this and I thought, oh, we'll try it, and you guys can see how it turns out together. It's a good way to test my makeup. So now I'm just gonna, I like to sort of pull down. Usually I use like a blender, but before there was like blenders, there was these like triangle cosmetic sponges. see, I just cut my eyebrow off there, but I'm not too worried about it because I'll go back in and if you do have darker concealer, like a lot of times, like I've gotten free stuff from companies, like when I buy something and they'll send me something that's way too dark, I end up using it a lot of times for like to contour with. Now my under eyes crease a lot, so I just like will just constantly go in and dab, because sometimes that has to do with like there's too much product on. And I like to keep these off to the side just when I go to do my eyeliner, that I can like clean up the wing if I do a wing. And then I usually bring this down. And I will just blend this out around. Now I'm gonna take the concealer and I'm gonna cut in, like, I'm actually gonna prime my eyelids for my eyeshadow with the concealer, and then cut in. And this is where you can clean your eyebrows up too. And I just find like having something that's like a primer or whatever underneath your eyebrows works great. If you're in between waxing, it sort of like cakes the eyebrow hair down. And I get like really dark in this area as well, so I like to bring the concealer up. Take a bit more. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. This is my first like makeup ever tutorial type thing. So this is all new to me, doing it this way. Now I'm just gonna fix that eyebrow right now. Sometimes you just gotta Now, this is something else I've been doing a lot lately. I don't know why I started doing this. I started setting my foundation before I put like any type of setting powder on. And so Avon gave me their makeup setting spray, which is really nice. There's no smell to it. It's just a setting spray. It mists really nicely, very fine. So I just let this sit for a minute. And then right before it dries, I will put a bunch of powder here. So I'm just gonna take a minute and make sure the lighting and everything's still good while I let this set in. Okay, so I just moved a couple of things around. I don't know if it's any better, so I apologize because I don't think the lighting's that great. So unfortunately, you guys might not be able to see how well this is going. So, but now I'm just gonna dab this powder in. I like to take and dab because I just like my powder to get in there and really set my foundation. I'm really oily, so I do need a powder. I know there's some people who are like, oh, I don't need, like, I just use my foundation. And I think that's great if you can do that. I think that's amazing that if you don't need powder, but I always do. And I'm just gonna dab underneath my eyes there. I'm still getting over being sick, so I am still very dark underneath my eyes because I haven't been getting the greatest quality of sleep. So now I've got my powder on, and I'll be honest, I'm gonna try to do what I did this week with this gel powder stuff, gel fiber. I like the concept, guys, so I just sort of like tapped it on to get more of the fiber in, just so maybe it can make it look like it's not, my eyebrows aren't so fakey looking. Let's be honest, it's quite clear and I apologize, I'm already aware this video is going to be forever. I'm just dabbing it on. Then what I was doing is taking a powder with like an angled, or just like this one's just more and less straight back and forth, but that's fine. So I'm just gonna take this e.l.f. powder I have, not the wax stuff, the e.l.f. powder, and I'm just gonna sort of go in just to seal that gel. Move my mirror over here. But like I was saying, they do have awesome eyebrow pencils from Avon. One day I'll show you guys really what I do with my eyebrows but I'm just gonna try to keep it simple for time matters. And just to let you know, I just used a translucent powder I had on hand. I don't have any Avon right now, it's on its way. But yeah, so just seal there, and then if you have to clean up a bit, because I'm like messy because I try to rush a lot of times. So, and now we're just gonna move on to our eyeshadow. So they gave me the palette matte eyeshadow quad, and it's on the Vine, and it has 4 eyeshadows in greens because I love green. So it's numbered, and it will show on the back of the box. It gives you like where they suggest to put it. I do that and I don't do that, so I'm just gonna keep it pretty, like, I'll just show you guys roughly what they suggest. So they suggest to take number 2 and put it all over. And I just find with their eyeshadows, you do get a bit of fallout, but that's all right. There's really expensive palettes that you get and you get fallout. So just put this on. They have a lot of really great palettes, and these are totally affordable, and they always have, like, they're always having sales. So as you can see, I just put it all right there, right there. So then they suggest taking number 3, this one right here, and putting it in your crease. Now, what I found was these were totally buildable, and they were easy to blend into one another, and very like, so I found the light color you did have to build if you wanted it, like, but the dark colors, you could, sorry I got cut off there, an alarm went off on my phone. So Like I was saying, it was all blendable. The dark colors I find are very pigmented. The lighter colors you do have to build. And I find myself, like I was put the concealer on, like I said, for like eyeshadow primer. I just find it sticks better and sticks. Basically, it will stay on your eyelids. And it just gives it like a perfect canvas to work on, more or less. Oh, nerves are getting the best of me, kids. Just because just because it is, like, I find they're very powdery. And it's probably because this is a matte palette. It just, I don't feel like it would stick as well. And it's just nice. I personally think using an eyeshadow primer is really good, just because it's making it easier to apply and for the product to stay, and just to give an even look. So take number 4 here, and that's their darkest, and they're suggesting on the outside and bring it in a bit on the lid. You guys are gonna find out how I'm not like some neat freak when it comes to my makeup. It's so messy a lot of times, and then I pull it together somehow. I hope I found some good background music for you guys, because I'm not used to talking while doing this, so I apologize. Now I'm just gonna lightly take my powder brush, and any fallout that's happened, just wipe it away. Don't go too hard, because you will rub it into your skin. Then I'm gonna take my blending brush, and we're just gonna blend. And if you find it gets a bit messy there, don't panic. Don't panic. Gonna get it nice and blended, which I think we do. And like I said, don't panic. You can just, I'm constantly wiping all powder, and then I just go in. I did dampen these just to see what would happen. It does make it a little bit nicer to apply when they are wet, and if they're a little bit damp, and you can cut in, but I just clean up the edges. And then from here we're gonna take number one, and we're gonna pop it underneath the brow bone. Easy breezy. And like, if you're not really comfortable doing makeup and you don't know what to do, like, those suggestions are great. Like, I'm not saying anything bad about them. Anytime I get a palette and they suggest it, I usually follow it to see what their end game is, but then I end up doing my own thing. Then I'm bringing this down just because I want to whiten it a bit in there. And from this part, sometimes if I look and I feel like it needs to be blended after the eyebrow thing was on, but I think we did pretty good. Just go in, and there you go. Got our eyeshadow on. You guys see it? I hope that. So I'm gonna stop it here, and then I will do part 2, because this video is gonna be forever. So you guys will see part 2. I'm going to give you guys a bonus and show you part 2 on Friday, just because I'm awesome that way. So you guys have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow for part 2.